am the Kid Movie Ninja.
Hi, Internet! And welcome to Kid Movie Ninja with your hosts, Fighting Leaf and Husky the Wolf. Today, we're going to be doing a very special Halloween-themed episode. This time, covering something awesome and not Scooby-Doo related. Time for that creepy claymation classic, Coraline! And remember, as always, we'll be making fun of it throughout the entire review, whether it's good or bad. If you want my real opinion, stay tuned to the end. The movie starts off with an opening credit sequence of a pair of metallic hands disassembling and reassembling a doll. It establishes a very hypnotic mood just seeing the fingers work so diligently and deftly. Oh yeah, did I mention this movie came with 3D glasses? 3D? 3D? 3D! 3D! The 3D is completely optional, by the way. Besides, even in 2D, this still does the trick for unsettling the viewer, so it works here. After that, we see a skinny fat guy doing aerobics on the roof of a place called the Pink Palace. Okay then. Oh yeah, this is Coraline Jones, voiced by Dakota Fanning, our heroine for the movie. Husky, we already get enough comments calling us Nostalgia Critic ripoffs. Don't give them ammunition. You mean we're not? So Coraline breaks off a branch and uses it as a dowsing rod to look for a well. But the cat continues to follow her.
I'm just looking for an old well. Know it? Not talking, huh?
If only she knew.
Magic
Oh yeah, then she gets attacked by Casey Jones. This doof, Wybie. Voiced by Robert Bailey Jr.
Wybie?
Short for Wyborn.
Your name is stupid! His grandmother owns the Pink Palace where Coraline is staying, and Wybie says she doesn't normally rent out to families with children. Plot point! Even so, we never find out exactly why she chose to make an exception for Coraline's sake. Maybe it's because this ninja keeps on punching her in the face all the time! And why the heck does Wybie move like that? Is his neck made of spaghetti or something?
Ah, yes, I know exactly what's going on here. Pasta vertebralis. I used to have that before when I was a young scientist. Before the surgery, of course. And remember, if you suffer from pasta vertebralis, just dial 1-800-555-SPAGHETTI-SPINE for a free consultation. Today.
But I'd wear gloves next time.
Why?
'Cause that dowsing rod of yours, it's poison oak.
Why do they just have a bush of poison oak growing out in the middle of their property? Is that a giant man-eating piranha plant in our front yard? Mm-hmm. Don't you think we should do something about that? Nah, too much work.
I almost fell down a well yesterday, Mom. Uh-huh. I would have died.
That's nice.
Leaf, this is how I imagine you would be if you ever had kids. A terrifying thought. Anyway, as you'll notice, her mom, voiced by Terry Hatcher, doesn't seem to be paying her much mind, treating her more like a pest rather than her daughter. Her dad, voiced by John Hodgman, isn't much better, being absorbed in writing his gardening catalog. In the middle of these exchanges, her mom gives her that doll from the beginning of the movie. Apparently Wybie found it lying around his place or something. She explores the house out of sheer boredom, making sure to accidentally spread some misery along the way, when the little doll version of herself leads her to what looks like a tiny door blocked off by wallpaper. When will parents learn to teach their kids not to trust inanimate objects that move on their own? Yeah, they're like Slender Man. You gotta keep your eye on them. Husky, I think you have that backwards.
Will you stop pestering me if I do this for you? Fine.
See, kids, whining will always get you what you want. Yay, whining! Her mom unlocks the tiny door to reveal another world or just a bunch of bricks.
You're kidding. And why is the door so small?
We made a deal. Zip it.
And this is why people shouldn't reproduce. Amen!
I give you bowls of porridge and I give...
Ha! It's funny because men can't cook. Oh, and check out this transition. I want to see that in real life.
What a beautiful morning. I'm gonna go outside and enjoy it. Here I go! What the? We have one of these? Huh. Well, guess I may as well get in shape and start eating breakfast. We're almost out of milk.
So while she's in bed, a few jumping mice suddenly appear and Coraline follows them back to the tiny door. It works now. When she gets to the other side, however, she finds it leads back to where she came from. Only things are slightly weirder here. Her mom is the one actually cooking and— Ah! The buttons for eyes! What is this? Stop looking at me! Stop looking at me! Meet Coraline's other mother. She's like her normal mother, but seemingly better in every way, save for the eyes. This is her other father, who sounds like he could sing for They Might Be Giants. The buttons! So after their magical dinner time, she is sufficiently creeped out and wants to go to bed. So her other parents send her to her other room and— Ah! 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 Then she wakes up at home. Holy crap, the freaking master wasn't this terrifying! So she tells her parents about the other world and they respond with—
Because I have a terrible case of writer's rash on my...
Butt joke!
Charlie Jones.
I like this movie.
Coraline, why don't you go visit downstairs? I bet those actresses would love to hear your dream.
Miss Spink and Forcible? But you said they're dingbats.
That would be a mother-daughter burn! Coraline finds some odd-smelling packages on her front stoop addressed to someone named Babinski. Who is Babinski, you might ask? Why, that skinny fat guy from earlier in the film, voiced by Ian McShane. Like most Russians, he's blue and practices extreme acrobatic stuff.
Very clever, using this mix-up to sneak my home and pick at mushkas.
Hey, this is a family movie. Watch your language. He's really just talking about his circus mice, which we will never actually see in this movie. While we don't actually see this world's version of the circus mice, we do hear a very important message from them.
The mice asked me to give you message. Do not go through little door.
It's kind of sad when the clearly insane Smurf on stilts is the only one giving halfway good advice in this movie. Fat actresses. Why do you keep doing that? Every time you do that, something horrible— she's making me so uncomfortable. Those cannot be real. Tell me those aren't real. You want to know what are real? No. These lady are Miss Spink, voiced by Jennifer Saunders, whom you might remember from Shrek 2, and Miss Forcible, voiced by Dawn French, who appeared in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I don't remember who she played there, I just thought it was worth mentioning.
Oh, how nice to see you, Caroline. Would you like to come in? We're playing cards.
Still Coraline, Miss Spink.
Oh yeah, that's something we forgot to mention. No one around here other than her parents and eventually Spaghetti Neck Kid can get her name right. Not Babinski, not these two eyesores, nobody.
They call you Coraline instead of Caroline. Not Caroline at all.
Except for the animals,
I work them too hard.
apparently. The scary women read her tea leaves for more foreshadowing and, okay, who left the fog machine on? Oh look, he thinks he's ninja. Anyway, turns out he's really just looking for banana slugs to torment. Okay.
Well,
He then exposits that his grandma's twin sister mysteriously vanished many years ago inside of the Pink Palace, and she believes the place is evil somehow. So why rent the place to Coraline's family? If you're convinced something bad's going to happen, why make this exception? Explain! One little detail, that's all we need, man! So yeah, Coraline leaves cheese out in front of her door, and sure enough, the mice from before show up, the tiny door works again, and the other mother is still creepy. Right now, however, Coraline seems a lot more willing to accept this strange world, even though it's constantly dropping subtle hints of wrongness everywhere. Take these bell plants, for example. Sure, they look nice, but they're freaking carnivorous plants. And then there's this line.
Mother said you'd like it. Boy, she knows you like the back of her hand.
And who could forget this little development?
I thought you'd like him more if he spoke a little less. So I fixed him.
So he can't talk at all?
Nope.
How are you not creeped out by this? So she and Silent Wybie go up to see the other Babinski's Mouse Circus and meet up with a classy chicken popcorn machine. Huh. So they have a great time, see cool stuff, and too close, bad touch. What?
My favorite, a bologna and science sandwich.
Then she wakes up at home. Things happen, and then she tries opening the tiny door again, which works for some reason. Why? How? Who cares? Basement Kitty does not approve, and gives her a piece of his mind.
You must be the other cat.
No, I'm not the other anything. I'm me.
If you're the same cat, how can you talk?
I just can.
Works for me.
Cats don't talk.
So the kitty cat, now voiced by Keith David, tells her that this place is not the paradise she thinks it is, but gets a short attention span attack and runs off. Bye then, I guess. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to see this world's Spink and Forcible. Anyone with weak constitutions are advised to pull up cute bunny posters immediately. You have been warned. We see a theater full of button-eyed Scottish terriers, and why are you charmed by all this? Oh yeah, nightmare fuel in 3, 2, 1.
She's practically naked.
I am extremely uncomfortable again.
Oh my god.
Ah, it burns! Make it stop! And fast forwarding to... Oh, so those were just costumes. That makes everything better. Well now, what's this? Looks like the other Wybie knows more than he's saying, which is not really that hard, actually. Oh yeah, and her other parents want to sew buttons into her eyes so she can stay forever.
So sharp you won't feel a thing. Ow!
Yeah, kinda sucks to be here now, doesn't it? Maybe you should have listened to the Russian blueberry from earlier. She makes an excuse that she needs to sleep on it and then tries to escape. She tries sleeping her way back home like before. It doesn't work.
Oh god.
Why? I don't know. It just doesn't. Like the talking cat.
I just can.
Or like how Husky can talk. 'Cause I'm awesome! Seriously though, there are lots of things that don't ever get a full explanation here. And in a movie like this, it works because that's part of where the terror comes from. It's that feeling of thinking you have a grip on your situation only to find that someone somewhere changed the rules without you knowing it, leaving you unsure what to do next. You don't know what you're dealing with quite as well as you thought, and that's terrifying. You know what else is terrifying?
My mother didn't like it.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. Turns out there are some rules around here. For example, everything in this world draws sustenance from the other mother's energy. This means that while she's recovering, this world, her world, becomes sloppy and weak as well. Coraline eventually tries going for the tiny door again, but the other mother is there waiting for her. She doesn't seem to be trying so hard to make her comfortable this time around.
Want to be
Or
with
something.
my real
I don't know.
mom.
All I know is she turns into an angry Morticia Adams and throws her into a mirror. What a sweet lady! It's here that Coraline meets up with the lost souls of other children that the other mother, or Beldam as they call her, has taken. Apparently they let her take their eyeballs, and if Coraline can find them, their souls will be free. Then she gets freed by the Joker. Ah! 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 Apparently the Beldam didn't want him frowning anymore, so she sewed his mouth into a permanent grin. Huh. Well, that was easy. Anyway, he helps her get back home and away from the Beldam, but something is wrong. That's right. Her parents are gone! Missing! Nowhere to be seen until...
Oh, she's taken them.
have seriously considered my next decision. I know not everyone will like it, but I feel for a movie this good, this solid, I should not give away the ending. At all.
Wait, why?
Well, simple. I've never read the book from which this movie is based, so I can't make a very good comparison. But on its own, it's a movie about wonder and discovery. Sadly, with this review, I may have done more harm to that experience than I ever really meant to. This is a movie that knows how to unnerve you with subtlety, nuance, and those details that just don't fit. Coraline herself, while often bratty and selfish, allows us to see and understand why she acts out the way she does, and even shows that under her cold exterior, she embodies many admirable virtues, which makes us want to see her overcome her trials and tribulations. Read the book, watch the movie, doesn't really matter to me as long as you get the full experience for yourselves. As far as this review is concerned, we've reached the end! Don't get used to these spoiler-free reviews, though. After this is over, it's back to business as usual. Until then, Happy Halloween, everybody! I am the kid movie ninja.